Creggan estate lies on the side of a hill looking across to the old walls of Derry city. In the valley between lies the bogside. It was once known for its exceptionally low crime rate. There was no police post on the estate itself. But on the 23rd of July 1970, a police post was put in. It was at a time when the government was under strong attack for doing nothing about no-go areas, Catholic areas where the police could not or would not operate. Then the army moved in to guard it. And in the past few months, resentment against this has taken a violent form. Soldiers and civilians have been killed and injured. Barricades and burned-out vehicles litter the roads. The people are tense and weary, but now seem more united in their resentment of the army. One man, Father Martin Rooney, has already written to the British Prime Minister asking for the troops' removal.
There was never any police post here before, never. And before this, the post at Rosemount adequately did the Creggan estate. And their presence here is looked upon by the people as a source of provocation. There is fierce resentment amongst all. All the people are convinced that once these posts are taken away, the life of the estate will go on as usual and there will be peace here.
The army watch constantly from behind their sandbag positions, and even a Sunday morning walk to church is a reminder of the military presence. And for a variety of reasons, some going back much further than the past weeks, the people want the army removed. And in particular, they're tired and frightened of the constant battles which centre on the army post in Blease Lane. Only last week, with people angry at an army decision to repair perimeter wire while children were going to school, a riot developed. It's claimed the army commander deliberately chose the time when most children would be around to avoid possible sniper fire. Gas enveloped nearby houses. Rubber bullets were fired. There was also rifle fire. One soldier, one civilian were killed. A normal life, especially in the homes overlooking the army post, is rather different from life in other council estates. Almost every home in Eastway Gardens have their windows boarded up at night. Many have been hit by gas canisters and high-velocity bullets. James and Francis Bradley in number 12 look straight out onto the army post. In 3 days last week, they say they picked up 18 gas canisters and 10 rubber bullets from their front garden. And one day, 2 bullets missed the front door and the front window by inches. 4 of their children are married and away, but the other 14, until last week, still all lived at home. Further down the road at number 17, a gas canister went through the front door. The house still smells of gas. One casualty was young Vincent's pet canary. A much more serious casualty was 3-month-old Paul, still in hospital suffering from vomiting and diarrhea. It affects people further into the estate as well. The small shopping centre is now doing better business. Many people are just too frightened to leave their homes for long enough to go into the city for their weekly shopping. No buses are running. Housewives and pensioners are hard hit by this. So are many others. The minimum taxi fare into town is 6 shillings. Schools have also been hit, particularly St Cecilia's Secondary School and St John's Primary. They're just across the road from the army post. Almost 800 girls go to St Cecilia's, but in the past 2 weeks, bomb scares have resulted in attendance figures as low as 108. One entire class was absent for 3 whole days, and the teacher's main concern is now the safety of the children rather than their education. Just how useful does the principal, Miss Teresa Cunningham, think the police post is in the circumstances?
We had a bomb scare on Tuesday week ago, and I rang the police, and well, they didn't actually refuse to come, but they were most reluctant.
Why?
And eventually didn't. They were afraid it was a hoax to get them out and they would be shot at. So I didn't press it. I didn't want them to be shot.
It is only a one-room police post, and the position now is that 150 soldiers exist here in a heavily fortified position just to guard it. The police post itself is here, and this is the official reason, to render a service to the community. But most of the time there's only one policeman in it. After a lot of investigation, it appears the only service he renders is to answer the phone, and that's been out of order for over a week.